Hello, hello, everybody. It's me, Dr. Renata. Welcome to day 10 of the 21-day daily detox series. I decided to go a little bit more festive today because we're talking holiday parties and how to we're gonna kill two birds with one stone today, because I think holiday parties can be stressful for a lot of people because they know there's gonna be a lot of junk food, and it's like, do I fit into my dress really comfortably, or do I eat the pastry that my aunt made, which I love and I know she's gonna make? How do we balance the two? But also, how do we actually avoid overly toxifying our bodies during the holidays? And how can we just enjoy the holidays without feeling the nasty food hangover effects, without feeling really swollen and puffy the next morning, feeling like our pants are too tight, just feeling generally unwell? Most of us have some health conditions, and what we're trying to do in our daily lives is live life comfortably and take care of ourselves and moderate the symptoms that affect us day to day. So again, through this series, I think that you guys have seen how important food can be when it comes to either avoiding or inducing inflammation, and how inflammation can actually aggravate a lot of your other symptoms. It triggers it's a response that is triggered by your immune system, and it causes dysfunction in your tissues. And this is not only isolated to your intestines, right? What's next to the intestines? We have the intestines, and then right above it, we've got the bloodstream, because the role of digestion, for the most part, is to break down our food, absorb the nutrients, and circulate those nutrients through our body, bring them to the cells that can use them, and that's how our body gets energy. So of course, if you are impairing that process, or if you are causing inflammation in your gut, you have leaky gut, so you're absorbing larger proteins, you're absorbing larger chemicals back into your bloodstream, this is going to have some pretty nasty downstream effects. So obviously, the first thing that most of us can think of, when we go to a party, is that there's probably going to be food that's less favorable for our general diets. Now, can you eat some of these foods because you want to enjoy in the holiday party? Of course. And that's where balance comes in, and having a really good mental state of mind in saying, you know what, I'm going to try a little bit, but I know that I'm going to have worse symptoms in the morning, or I'm not going to overeat tonight, I'm just going to have a little bit. Or, maybe you're going to say no. So understanding that there will be foods there that are not healthy for you. They're going to be fried, they're going to be full of dairy, they're going to be full of gluten, full of sugar, super inflammatory, really yummy, but really not that great for you. So there is some harm reduction, if we want to call it that, that needs to be done. So part of this can be done by making sure that you eat a really good meal beforehand. And I've done this many times when I go to parties, because I have a really sensitive digestive system, and as much as I love eating food that other people make, I know that usually it contains foods that I can't eat. So I have to kind of take care of myself in order to make sure that I'm enjoying the party to the fullest. So I think that eating beforehand is a great idea. This can be in the form of, a detox smoothie. This can be just eating some leftovers that you have at home, or if you have any protein bars that you keep in your car, or some healthy nut butters, that can be a good option in a pinch too. But eating beforehand can be one thing. Another thing that you can do is you can request from the people that are attending the party to bring some healthier options. That's always a fun idea. I recently had Friendsgiving with some of my colleagues, and that was one of the things we did. We said, does anyone have any food restrictions? Does anyone have any food limitations or preferences that they would like? And that way, that if anyone else has sensitivities, you're being mindful of them, and they will respect that and appreciate it. And you also are ensuring that you're going to have a bit more variety when you get to the party. The third option can be that you just go ahead and bring some healthier alternatives. Maybe instead of bringing a cookie platter, you're going to bring a veggie platter. And instead of that ranch dip that usually comes with it, you bring a side of hummus. Or, if you're going to bring a pastry, you can make it gluten-free, you can make it vegan, you can make it paleo, you can kind of make it whatever to fall within the constraints of what makes you feel good. And you're also taking care of the people that are there, and you get to introduce them to something new and exciting that they maybe never tried before, and they might like it. So I think that's one thing. When it comes to food, those are the three ways in which I would kind of approach holiday parties. If you must make sure that you eat beforehand so that when you get to the party, you're not starving and you don't need to rely on the food that other people have brought. The second thing is maybe ask people to abide by certain health restrictions or food restrictions so that everybody's bringing healthier food for everyone. Or you can just go ahead and bring some healthier options so that you have something to eat, but also your guests can try something new. Now, the flip side to alcohol is also, not alcohol, the flip side to food is alcohol. There's a lot of that at parties. Now, with alcohol often comes mixers, so, juices and pops that are laden with chemicals and sugars that are not good for you. They are very, very inflammatory, very toxic, and alcohol itself is toxic. It's not good for you. I know that there are some people that, believe that we're not going to get into the whole one glass of wine a day thing is healthy. I think even though there's some research to support it, there's some research to refute it. So for me, I'm kind of on the fence. I don't really see alcohol as a health thing. Alcohol is more of an enjoyment thing. And again, that's where some of that self-awareness comes in and self-regulation and saying, okay, I've had a really bad arthritis pain lately, or, my IBS or my Crohn's has really, really flared up. Am I going to chance it? If it matters that much to you, then you're going to make a decision because you're an adult and deal with the consequences after the fact. Or you might say, you know what? I have just been in a lot of pain lately. I've not been feeling really great. The brain fog's really bad. I've had a really bad headache. I'm very, very stressed. My anxiety is really high with the coming holiday season. Alcohol is not worth it for me this time. Options or alternatives could be club soda with lime or club soda with lemon. That's always nice. If someone has any garnishes, you could add in some rosemary or some cranberries, lemon zest. That always kind of makes it fun. If you wanted to, again, you could offer to bring a healthier alternative to cranberry juice. Something that's, not commercialized and full of garbage. Pardon my French. But, a lot of the commercial or stuff that you buy in the grocery stores is not the healthiest. So if you could buy a really good quality cranberry juice, that's always a nice thing to add in. If you want to bring alcohol, buying some organic wines is also a really nice option. And there, again, many options for those nowadays. Finding organic things is quite readily available. And it's just that consuming alcohol is going to come to a choice, whether you want to or not. But know that alcohol in itself is toxic. That's why we feel drunk, because it's actually affecting the chemistry in our brain. It's gonna overburden our liver. So if you're gonna be drinking a lot, make sure you're taking your liver supplements. Take some activated charcoal. Take some N-acetylcysteine to help with those detox pathways. The next day, make sure you're getting a hydration IV bag. Make sure that you're hydrating a lot, drinking a lot of water, using something like dandelion tea to help sort of nourish your liver. Use some milk thistle to help those liver cells. Do everything you can to prevent kind of long-term issues, that hangover the next day, all of that. The other thing that I have a feeling will pop up quite often this holiday season is probably going to be marijuana, because it is legal now. With marijuana, again, it has some therapeutic benefits. We're not going to get into it too much, but just know that my take on it is that smoking marijuana is still very toxic to our body because of the smoke. It's very abrasive. It's really not good for the lung tissue. The lung tissue is not meant to have anything against it except air. So if you're going to be smoking, try to use maybe a vaporizer so it's a little bit safer, or consume it in other ways so that you're not actually damaging your lung tissue. And then same thing, the next day you want to make sure that you're supporting your liver, you're supporting pathways of elimination, you're doing your detox saunas, you're doing your detox showers, just to make sure that things are moving out of your body, that they're not stagnant. Okay, so we've talked about quite a bit. If you need to, go back a couple of steps and rewatch it, do that. Head over into the Facebook page. What is our Facebook page? Inside Health Daily Detox, because we've got a bunch of stuff in there already. So if you want to think of some ways to implement some detoxing strategies to sort of mitigate the effects of what's to come, then head over there and check it out. Make sure to leave a comment down below if you are excited to try some of this stuff for the holiday season. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys are going to be doing. I'm curious. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Until next time, have a great day and stay healthy.